2 Titan Cosmonauts is an achievement in Blooncineration Apache 6 where you need to complete an entire game of chimps using just 1 + 1 equals 2. Oh, so 2 towers, okay. I'm wondering what the 2 was for. Now I know. Perhaps we can finally get the achievement today. The only thing I really hope for is that we don't require increased accuracy within the early rounds. I need the helicopter down as soon as possible. Yes, a helicopter on the moon. That makes complete logical sense with low gravity. In real time, the helicopter would float away. But this is a game. Physics and logic are... you don't find them in a game like this. But what I am hoping for is that we do not require camera detection on the heli because we can get signal flare, which means we can go for the faster darts and faster firing option. More potential DPS. Don't like it when a stray balloon escapes the first crater. It makes the entire rest of the round that bit harder, especially when the cursor decides not to actually hit the balloons. Okay, here we go. Not the cursor, but the mortar within the cursor. So we've got our helicopter down now. Hopefully I'm just going to keep you in the first crater for the time being. Increase accuracy, then burning stuff, then signal flare. The only thing I'm really hoping for is that we can decamo round 95 so that we can actually hit everything rather than just hitting most of them and then the stray camo balloon escapes. And because of that, the round would be infinitely harder because we're trying to pursue camo balloons with a signal flare where it should be in the first crater being able to decamo everything, whereas the Apache Prime would be able to finish everything off. Okay, here we go. Signal flare. Round 22. Whole bunch of white balloons. Not a problem for us. Helicopter. 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 I'm gonna need you to pop these wonderful balloons now. Yes, we are making a helicopter reference in 2025. I know, bizarre. Here we go. They've gone down. We're gonna go Balloon Buster. And I'm also gonna try and get ourselves the Apache Dart ship first before we upgrade this any further. But I'm not too sure if we're gonna need the Shattering Shells for around 40, or we can just simply rely on Razor Rotors with faster firing to get us over the finish line. And because we don't have Razor Rotors, we're relying on the mortar for the lead pops, but that is not to worry whatsoever. Okay, pursuit, very close. We have it now. Once we get the Blooncineration, we can damage the blacks. I'm talking about the balloons. What were you thinking, okay? I have to put context with everything I do because it's like every other YouTuber nowadays gets turned into a PDF if context is not given. Now, Mortar and Heli Micro is not as tough as you think in comparison to, let's say, Mortar and Ace Micro, because you can just simply have this thing on follow cursor. Wherever the cursor is, where we're using to change the mortar's cursor position, the helicopter will be there anyways. 38, not a problem. Yeah, we're going to try and get the Apache Dart ship as soon as possible. That's going to get us through the mid-game very comfortably. And perhaps we can get even Apache Prime before we even get Shattering Shells. Okay, round 40. This could be a little bleak, I don't know here. Perhaps we can... Oh, you're badged up already, lovely. Just get the signal flare on use, get the burn damage done and dusted, and we should be good for an Apache Dart ship now. If it's your first time encountering Blooncineration Apache 6 within a few months now and you're wondering why we can suddenly start a game of chimps using the Mortar Monkey, well, Ninja Q has changed the starting price of a Mortar Monkey so that in chimps it costs 650 to place down. And guess how much money you start off with within a chimps game? That's right, 649. I'm just kidding, 650. And by and large, you can place down a Mortar Monkey in round 6, which means that we've just turned Moon Landing into a beginner map because of the fact that you can just start with a mortar. Do we need Shattering Shells? No, we don't need Shattering Shells. We're looking to hold off as much as possible. Get that Apache Dart ship. Get those missiles up and running. Round 49. This is the final challenge before we hit the 50s and we get ourselves the Apache Dark Ship down. Is this easy or am I just too good? No, moon landing makes this easy. But hey, I'm enjoying the fact that one of my favorite towers in the entire game can now be placed down on round 6. Just give me a little bit of leeway here when it comes to one of my favorite towers in the game, which actually used to be one of my least favorite / most hated towers ever. I hated the idea of microing. I'd rather just place down a tower. It does stuff. I don't need to constantly make it micromanageable, kind of like with Corvus nowadays, where like every single thing you do with Corvus 99% of the time is a whole lot of micro. Who would like to raise their hands to say that they really love Corvus micro? I liked Corvus at the beginning of his entry into the game because of the fact that, hey, brand new tower, lots of different and exciting things to look forward to, but it's just so so micro heavy. But then again, you could say that with the Monkey Ace and the Mortar Monkey. But for me, it's like you change the cursor to another place and you know what it's going to do. With the Ace, sometimes it just does a complete U-turn. Yeah, that is one thing I don't think I would be able to master within the game. Knowing how to do ace microing. And another thing that I don't actually get at all because of round 48 is trying to camo solo with a 220 Dartling gunner as your only source of camo popping. Now, I would like to know how to do that because that for me sounds more plausible than ace microing. I know it's a case where you have to suddenly go to Plasma Accelerator once all of the camo regrow purples are no longer the purple state, but it's something you got to do really quickly. Otherwise, if one of them goes back into a purple balloon, you're not going to be able to get through that round. I just hate the fact that 45 and 48 have camo regrow purples. It's a bit of a nitpick because in most scenarios, it's just like any other round. Moabs are mainly the biggest obstacle because they have the most amount of HP, but in a 2TC, a lot of the times it's down to what kind of balloon comes out on that round. Because like in 2 megapots on a normal CHIMPS scenario, just not doing any stupid specific challenge, like purples on 62, zebras on 61 is just another round that you don't need to worry about. We are not very close, but we're about 75% of the way there now money-wise to the Apache Prime. And since we are wielding the Apache Prime in this video, you know I've got to go for that Optimus Prime nickname. I know we're in space and all that, but Transformers can survive in space. The third movie is evidence of that. Yeah! Sorry, I'm just cannot contain my excitement for all of the power which we have in this video. Do you know that this particular combination was originally done on firing range? I think this is going to be around 75 scenario in which we can get the tier 5 of the top path heli here. I think. I truly believe. I am a believer and I'm not gonna fly, okay? The other thing I gotta fathom out is, can I fully decamo all of the camo ceramics on round 78 with a single mortar shell? And yes, I've not moved this thing since we got the dart ship. Like, there's just no point of moving it, okay? This is the first convenient spot for it. This is the second convenient spot. And this? Nah, there's only 2 convenient spots. I'm just kidding, that's a third convenient spot. But I'd rather not get to that point, okay? 78. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Mole the Builder was on the helipad. What if it needs to re-ammo? And this mole that looks like Monty Mole is just laying sideways like painting like one of your French girls on the helipad? Don't make fan art of that, please. There's gotta be a few artists that watch my videos. Around 80. Oh, I forgot to get shattering smells, but we have it now. Incinerate all but the biggest of balloons. But hey, guess what? We're fine with that. If there's one thing that the Prime really struggles with, is lots of super fortified ceramics. So shattering shells is actually a really good pairing tower with this heli. So I find that the middle path heli can deal with them very well, as long as you don't get overwhelmed by sheer amount of being pierce capped. But with the Apache Prime, I feel like that struggles more. And Comanche Commander, I'm not really too sure what to say about the Comanche Commander. Is it a good mower popper? Is it a good ceramic popper? It used to be a crap ceramic popper, but then Ninja Kiwi changed it so it's a little bit better against ceramics. It's sort of middle of the road. Okay, fortified BFBs on 86. Do not worry, we have ourselves the means of removing that iron-cladded layer off of it into just a cladded layer, cladded by plastic and helium. Iron-cladded by, I don't know, hardened plastic and helium? How do you even harden a gas? Perhaps by lowering the temperature of it? Okay, round... Oh my god, I've not even thought this through. Okay, round 90. Can this thing actually hold off against three... No! I've got my targeting wrong here! Oh my goodness sake, no! Oh my... Oh, for goodness sakes. I literally panicked there because I thought I was selecting the other tower. I thought I was selecting the heli or the mortar, but when I kept selecting the heli, for goodness sakes. Okay, we've got Blooncineration. Anyways, panic over on round 90. Honestly, I was just stuck in an infinite loop there of thinking I was selecting the correct thing when I wasn't selecting the correct thing. Oh, story of my life. Luckily, Blooncineration is a bit better. It doesn't look great. I don't know what to say about that, really. Okay, should I have you on... No, we're going to lock you in place and see how we fare with that. Hopefully nothing does escape on... There we go. Can we do it? Can we do it? This looks promising. This looks really promising, despite that we can't put any flames down. The purples reduce this thing to a shattering shells. Okay. Follow mouse? Yep. No, not follow mouse. I need to... Okay, yeah, follow mouse. Just keep the cursor on the first crater. Okay, round 96. Again, another panicking scenario that I didn't need to panic about, but I still panicked about because I'm one of those individuals that just panics. 96 being engulfed in flames and hellfire from both... From the same source. Both came from the same source. We also get some lasers and some hot lasers known as plasma. It's not even called hot lasers. Oh my goodness sakes, there's a lot of them that are trying to escape, but we can hold on to it all. Yeah, we've got it in the bag. Round 99, fortified DETs. Go away, please. And that just leaves round 100, a deathless 2-tower chimps. Sorry, 2 Titan cosmonauts here. Cosmonaut 1 is leading the mortar. How are you breathing on the moon? And Cosmonaut 2 is the pilot inside this helicopter. I can understand why this specimen can survive in space, minus the gravity aspects about it. Okay, you are about to go down. I'm going to have the cursor over here, actually, just so that we can decamera that. Lovely. And you're not even going to leave the second crate, are you? No, they didn't leave the second crate. So, simultaneously, a deathless 2TC, but also really panic-inducing because I thought to myself that because of round 90 and I didn't get Blooncineration first, that this could have been like a round 90 soft lock and we'd have to go all the way back to the very beginning again. But no, Shattering Shells does its job of decamering and doing a little bit of flame damage against the DETs there. Enough so that the Apache Prime can finish off, because mind you, the rotors and the front beams on the front here, the stuff that looks like a Gatling cannon, yeah, that's plasma damage type. That can actually damage DETs, but the lasers on the side and missiles, laser and explosive can't do jack against DDTs. So there we go, everybody. That is the Blooncineration and Apache Prime combination done on moon landing. I'm sure some of you are probably pretty bored of a mortar on moon landing, but again, one of my favorite towers is now placeable on round 6, okay? Okay. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody. If you're ever in the store and you need to get something like, I don't know, you want to get some more money so that you can get yourself some more pro powers or something along those lines, then be sure to use my creator support code whenever you are when in the store, you're about to purchase something, but then hey, I forgot to input my favorite content creator's creator code. There's one for you, which is mine. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everybody.